Well, as expected, Middlesbrough finally managed to get a couple of players out. Obviously, we've been talking about this all summer, but we now know that Tuncay and Robert Huth both signed for Stoke City today. We will understand, as far as the club are concerned, the deals are virtually done, although Huth was already presented last night. And Tuncay will no doubt be presented to the media, if not today, then sometime over the weekend. It's sad to see Tuncay in particular go. I think he won over most of the Borough fans in his 2 seasons with the club. Very talented player, as we know, could score some very nice goals as well. But it was inevitable once Middlesbrough went down that a player of his quality would want to look to be at least back in the Premier League. And the same goes for Huth, although Huth was the fans were always a little bit ambivalent about Huth. He's had a terrific start to this season, but it perhaps come too little too late for some supporters who were frustrated by his lack of appearances. There's no doubt in his ability, big, strong, solid player. Came from Chelsea obviously for £5 million and never really grabbed the nettle and was available long enough for anybody to get a really good opinion of what he was all about. He just simply was injured too often. So he goes down as perhaps not the greatest of buys, but ultimately Borough got the money back, and that's a good thing. The disappointment for a lot of Borough fans, I think, is the fact that they've both gone to Stoke City, a club that not so long ago were well down the pecking order compared to Borough. With the Champions League and the Europa League draw being made this week, it really brought into perspective just how far Borough have fallen in a very short space of time. It's not that long ago that we were looking ourselves to fixtures in Europe, and now, of course, things have changed for the worse. But it goes full circle, and who knows, Borough could be back up there before too long. Like I say, Stoke City buying both players, and that will rankle, and it perhaps put into perspective just how Borough, their situation they find themselves in now. They're not in a position to turn down offers for key players, and we've known that for some time, that the finances aren't great, and potentially Alves could be out also before the transfer window closes. We're just hoping, of course, that we don't lose players like David Waiter and Adam Johnson. Bristol City, next match up, and there'll be a few changes. Certainly there'll be the change at the back with Robert Huth not available anymore. We suspect that Jonathan Grounds will slot in there and Andy Taylor will go at left back, although there'll be a temptation to put the very impressive Rhys Williams in at centre back. That's his first choice position, that's where he's impressed in the past. So a difficult decision for Gareth Southgate. The one thing that may stop him moving Williams is the fact that he's got very few options in central midfield. Obviously losing Digard and Gary O'Neill to injury, it really is down to the bare bones in that area. So that's why he might leave Williams well alone and put Grounds in. Of course, there's Bristol City going to the match on the back of a midweek defeat in the Carling Cup. They were beaten badly, and that went down particularly badly with the management, who kept the players back and gave them a rollicking. So we may get a reaction to that, who knows. But I think Middlesbrough will go into the match full of confidence despite their own Carling Cup defeat in midweek. They're playing well, they're not conceding goals in the league. There's no reason to suspect that they can't get all 3 points, and go into the international break on a high.